What A'ja Wilson just did was unprecedented. I mean, on so many levels. She's arguably, allegedly, the reason Caitlin Clark was assaulted the entire 2024 basketball season in the W. I mean, what A'ja Wilson just did is really like, there's no coming back from this.
A'ja Wilson's squeaky clean positive vibes only persona just took a major hit, and honestly it's about time people started paying attention to the double standard. For months she played the calm veteran while her fans caused all-out chaos on Caitlin Clark over the whole Nike signature shoe situation, but now the mask is off. During her long-awaited shoe reveal, A'ja casually dropped a bomb. She's had a Nike signature deal in the works for 2 years, 2 whole years, while her fans were frothing at the mouth demanding justice, accusing Nike of blatant disrespect and framing Caitlin as the undeserving rookie golden child. A'ja already had her deal locked and loaded, and she said absolutely nothing.
Wilson was oddly silent, but complicit. All right, why was she complicit? Because, well, she knew she was getting a signature shoe for 2 years, and she let Caitlin Clark take all that.
Let's take a quick trip down memory lane. Social media nearly combusted when Nike announced Caitlin Clark would be getting a signature shoe. How could they give her one before A'ja became the rallying cry? And where was Wilson in all this? Quiet, calm, calculated. She threw out a few cryptic tweets about respect, kept her followers guessing, and let the chaos snowball. She knew what people were saying. She saw the narrative forming, and she let it happen. Remember when she said this?
A'ja Wilson is her name. Quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is."
Because let's be honest, if the roles were reversed and Caitlin had a shoe deal in the works for 2 years but let the world drag A'ja through the mud without correcting the record, she'd be crucified. Articles would drop daily, talking heads would have a field day. But when A'ja does it, suddenly it's all giggles and oh, she's just humble. No, it's not humility, it's manipulation. She let Caitlin take all the heat to fuel a sympathy campaign that was built on a lie.
Do you have any ideas what you would want your future sneaker to look like?
I think the biggest thing for me is just I would love a low-top shoe. I play in a low-top shoe, so that's something that I would love to have carry over, and something that looks good. That's so key to me.
The truth is, A'ja Wilson could have ended this drama with one tweet, just one, something as simple as "My time is coming, don't worry about me." That's it. The mob would have dispersed, the attacks would have cooled down, but she didn't say anything because it benefited her not to. She let her fan base, and let's face it, a good chunk of the WNBA media, frame Clark as the villain, the rookie stealing credit, while she played the part of the overlooked underdog. It was all performance.
A'ja Wilson, who? Why? Yeah, she's some WNBA player. Who? No, she's one of the all-time greatest players ever.
And now that the shoe has dropped, literally all those "how dare" Nike warriors are scrambling to rewrite history. But here's the kicker: the disrespect never came from Nike, it came from A'ja and the people around her who let the false narrative spin out of control. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, who's done nothing but elevate the league and bring in millions of new fans, has had to eat punches from all directions on the court, on social media, from players, from legends, and through it all she's kept her head down and let her game do the talking.
And these WNBA fans that did not want to see Caitlin Clark come in and do what she did, which was dominate the league. Led the league in assists as a rookie. After the season, I think I counted, she broke something in the neighborhood of 63 records last year. Either rookie records or just flat records. By anybody, not even a rookie. And all these fans have been mad. And all the while, A'ja Wilson sat back and was just plenty happy to play the victim. She could have come out and made some kind of a statement that would have called off the dogs. Nah, she didn't do it.
Meanwhile, A'ja Wilson, who could have set the record straight at any point, chose still, and that silence spoke volumes. It told her fan base, go ahead. It said, let them think I've been slighted. It said, let Caitlin take the heat. And that's what makes this whole saga so frustrating, because it's not just about shoes, it's about the way Caitlin Clark has been treated since day one.
And so for Nike to put her in the position where she then has to go on social media and kind of cool her fans and like urge them to be patient and almost like defend Nike, it's such a disappointment, but it's not a surprise because Nike has done it before.
Instead of being welcomed as the generational talent she is, Clark was met with jealousy and resistance, not because she did anything wrong but because she made the league too visible too fast. Her impact was undeniable, and instead of celebrating that people tried to tear her down and Aisha, she could have been the bridge, the leader, the example, but she chose vibes over values.
How could they give Caitlyn a shoe before they give Asia one? Oh, how could they do this? How could they treat Asia like this? Two-time MVP at the time, just before she even won the damn third one. They is wrong for doing this.
And let's not pretend the Super Bowl ad timing was just a coincidence either. Nike ran a major campaign celebrating female athletes and somehow left out the most influential woman in basketball right now, Clark, whose jersey sales broke records, Clark, whose games led the league in viewership, Clark, who literally made people who never cared about the WNBA finally tune in, but she was nowhere to be found, almost like someone didn't want her in the spotlight for just a little bit longer.
You want to know what I'm selling? I'm selling greatness! Asia Wilson, 3-time MVP. We got Jordan Childs, we got Juju Watkins, we got Sha'Carri Richardson.
Okay.
We got Arena Sabalenka.
Champion.
Hustling is not easy, but I love it. Sabrina, I know you want a tea. Thinking about it? You're thinking about it. They're gonna go fast, kind of like Sha'Carri. I accept card. Where's the card? Come on.
Oh wait, but what's in that box?
These don't come out till March. They may or may not be shirts, but if I tell you, I'm gonna have to kill you. Oh, you want one of these? Nike.com. Who wants a t-shirt?
Nike really thought they could sneak one past us with that last-minute voiceover trick like we wouldn't catch it, but fans are smarter than that. Everyone saw it. It wasn't some editing fluke, it was deliberate. That awkward voiceover was basically Nike saying we love the revenue she generates but keep her out of the spotlight. Subtle, not even close.
Favorite thing of all. So let's take a listen to this. Nike actually put this one out after the fact.
You want to know what I'm selling? Rookie of the Year, Caitlin Clark. I know you want a tee.
Okay.
Nike.com.
They re-recorded it. Like, that's not even, I mean that. That's like, listen to.
And how exactly does that make sense? We're talking about Caitlin Clark here, the woman who's not just moved the needle, she is the needle. She's drawing NBA-sized crowds, skyrocketing TV ratings, and redefining what's possible for women's basketball, yet somehow the WNBA and some of its most established names keep acting like she's just another player on the roster. They're happy to cash in on the wave she's created, but when it comes to acknowledging her impact, cricket silence, maybe even a little side eye.
Not looking good for Nike yet again, dog. I don't even know how many videos I'm gonna make today about Nike, but it looked like Nike is definitely the star of the day. All started with the Super Bowl commercial, them snubbing Caitlyn, them putting Caitlyn in, them fixing the commercial, them dropping Asia's shoe. Now, come to find out, Asia Wilson has single-handedly killed the WNBA media credibility forever. Yes, oh my goodness, these women was lying. Oh God almighty. They made such a big deal over Caitlin Clark getting a shoe deal over a.
Let's be real, Caitlin Clark should be the face of every WNBA campaign endorsement push and highlight reel, but instead of celebrating her success, the league has chosen to merely tolerate her presence. She's being treated like an outsider who wandered into the party and is now outshining the hosts, and that cold shoulder isn't coming just from XX or marketing departments, it's coming from the top players. To enter Aisha Wilson. Aisha didn't need to be openly hostile, she didn't tweet anything nasty or start a public feud, but she also didn't lift a finger when her fanbase was relentlessly going after Clark. The moment Caitlin got her Nike deal, all hell broke loose on social media, with people questioning her worth, her resume, her entire existence in the league. Meanwhile, Aisha just sat there perfectly quiet, perfectly strategic, letting the chaos unfold while sipping tea in the background.
Cheryl Swoops made news. Now, she made news last week when she sat up there and was applauding Indiana Fever players, but then forgot to mention Caitlin Clark. She jumped all in my ass because I sat up there and said, hey, how you going to ignore Caitlin Clark? You know what she brings to the table. How you just going to ignore her? That's not an accident. Cheryl Swoops is a champ.
And it worked. Aisha got to play the underdog, the overlooked MVP, while Clark was painted as the golden child who didn't earn her spot. But plot twist, Aisha already had a Nike shoe deal in the works for 2 years. Yep, while everyone was dragging Clark for getting a sneaker, Aisha knew hers was already being custom molded, sketched, styled and set for launch. She could have said something, one tweet, one interview line, my shoes coming too, that's it, that would have stopped the mob in its tracks, but she didn't. Because letting Caitlin Clark take all the hits made Aisha look even more sympathetic, and now that the shoes finally dropped, literally the truth is out. But don't expect an apology from the ones who cried injustice. They've suddenly gone radio silent now that the narrative no longer fits their agenda.